the new lesson. Today we will work on sliding window. In our previous lesson we focused on two-pointer. Today we will focus on sliding window. It is also actually a two-pointer technique, but it's kind of like very special two-pointer. We mostly use this sliding window when we need to calculate a sub array or sub string. In those scenarios, we use the sliding window. Otherwise, in sliding window also we have a two pointer. So now you may find a lot of examples how to use the sliding window. I will use a LeetCode problem, a longest substring without repeating character, just to explain how sliding window works. See, this is the LeetCode problem, longest substring without repeating characters. It says given a string S, find the length of the longest substring without duplicate characters. Input A B C B B, and the output is 3. Explanation: the answer is A B C with the length of 3. For example, when we consider this consecutive letters, the length is 3, but when it comes after this, the length of those consecutive characters are less than 3, and at the end the output is 3. Now let me visualize that here. So how can we work to use a sliding window and find the longest substring without the duplicate characters? So here is the substring given. In order to find the longest substring, so we need to have two pointers. One should be the left pointer. For example, that should point to A, and we should have a right pointer to iterate this array and check if there are any duplicate values or not. For example, when we start from A, we can B and C, and when we come at A, we find that here is a duplicate. So how we can recognize that there is a duplicate? Now with our human eye, when we look at this, we can see that there is a duplicate A. But as a programmer, how to write the program that detect when there is a duplicate? One of the easiest way is to use a set. And whenever we start iterating this array from the beginning, we add them into that set and check every element against that set to recognize if it is duplicate or not. So we need to have the pointer to point to the left, and we need to have the max length variable to keep the max length here, length. Now it is 0, and also we need to have a set. Const set equals new set. Okay, so now we need to have a for loop to start iterating this array for, and with this one we iterate with the right pointer. The left pointer stays here, and the right pointers keep iterating this array until it comes to a duplicate. When it comes to a duplicate, then our left pointer moves one step ahead. So let right equals 0, and right continues until until it is less than the length of the array, s.length or right plus plus. Okay, so when we start checking from A, the index 0. So we add this to the set. To our set, we say set dot add AC right. That means first element. Okay, we added this to the set, and now we calculate our max length. So we say max length length equals, we use the math function max, the current value of max length, and the space between right and left pointers. For example, if the left pointer is here and the right pointer is here, so right minus left, the character between these two is the length of that substring. So we say right minus left, and one more point, one critical point. Here our left and right points to, they are actually the index, and you know that the index starts from 0. For example, when you are on the element of 4, at that time the right is 3, because the right was started from 0. 0, 1, 2, 3. It is 3, and left is also 0. So you can say like 3 minus 0 equals 3. And in order to get the value of that number 1, we add that always here. You can do this, or you can, like, for example, you can start right from 1, and then when you are checking, instead of is right, you can say that it's right minus 1 in order to check the first index. But 0 is much better. For that reason, we always need use this approach. Okay, this way we keep updating the max length. However, for example, in case we find duplicate values, what should we do? So for example, when we are on the ABC, so that means now the A is duplicate here, so we should not include both A. We should remove this first A and consider this BCA and keep processing. For example, when we were at this point, until this point, the length was 3. But when we come to this A, we need to remove this A, and pointer left has to come one step forward. Pointer left has to come to B, and pointer right is on A, and then it continues. When the pointer right comes to B, again it sees that there is duplicate. So again, the pointer left has to move one step forward, and we can calculate the length of these characters. So in order to keep continuing this, we need to say that while set dot has AC right. For example, here we added A in the set, and when it comes here, so here is ACA already exists in the set, so we need to delete this A from the set. We can say set dot delete AC left. We need to delete this A from the set that we added here. Instead of that, we are adding this one. Now we check these three character. Okay, and anytime that we, for example, this time at this point that we deleted this a, so pointer left should not point to this. Pointer left now has to come one step forward. So we say left plus plus. Okay, and this continues up until the last element, and finally we return our max length. Return max length. length. Okay, that's it. We specify two pointers, one left and right, and with the right pointer we keep iterating through this array, and anywhere that we found duplicate, we changed our substring. For example, the left pointer or the left side of the window came one step ahead, and at each window we calculated the length, and finally we are returning the max length. A time limited exceeded. Okay. Maybe something is wrong with our for loop. Most of the time I make a mistake with the spelling of length. length. That is right. Okay. So other than that, okay. Then check the while set dot has s right, set dot delete s left, and left plus plus. Okay, and then set dot add s right, max length math dot max length right minus left plus 1, and return max length. Oh, one thing more. Left. We say left plus plus here, and here we say oh, now I think I got that. We have never initialized this one. That should be 0. For example, when we say it's left delete, left was pointing to this port. Okay, we talked about this a lot, but here we did not give that. Okay, now run again. Okay, this time everything is all set. Okay, that was it. I hope you understood how to work with sliding window. There are many examples. You need to practice more with all these examples in order to be able to work with sliding window very easily and comfortably. Okay, have a nice time until the next lesson.